Hi everyone, I'm Claire. It's Astronomy Week at the National Space Centre, so I thought I'd show you how to make a light-up constellation jar. So you're going to need a couple of things. Firstly, a jar. I'm using one that had pasta sauce in, and I've washed it out. The wider the opening, the better. I've also painted the lid black just to make it look a bit nicer. You'll also need some tin foil. Disposable metal food trays work as well. Some scissors. A light source that will fit in your jar. I'm using fairy lights, but you can use things like LED candles. Don't put actual lit candles inside, it will burn at the tinfoil, which will not be very good. And something to lean on as well, so you don't do any damage to your tables. You also need some constellations. Now we've put together some for you that you can find on our website. There's actually 88 constellations in total, about half of which you can see in our northern hemisphere, so a lot for you to choose from. I've also drawn out Leo and Orion because they're my particular favourites. You're also going to need an adult to help you out, as you need some sharp objects to poke out your stars in your tinfoil. For my sharp objects, I've got together a pen, a pencil, a teeny tiny screwdriver and some nail scissors. Things like sewing needles will work as well. I recommend testing out your sharp objects on some tinfoil fare to see what kind of holes they make. A pen makes quite a large hole, which would be good for our constellations. Nail scissors and the pencil make quite small holes, which is good for the other stars. Some objects don't work as well as others, so sorry teeny tiny screwdriver, you're out. First up, you need to cut the tinfoil down to size to fit in your jar. I used my jar as a guide, made sure it fit all the way around. Then cut to the right length. I even managed a little glide at the end, which always brings me joy. Do the same lengthways. Another little glide. Oh, it is the little things. Double check it fits around the jar. Now it's time for our constellations. It depends how big your jar is to how many constellations you can fit on. I'm going to choose Ursa Major and Delphinus. Choose where you want them to go. Pick up your tinfoil and paper with one hand and hold them together, whilst with your pen or your chosen sharp object, poke a hole through the paper and through the tinfoil. For the constellations, you want a bigger hole so you can see it more clearly, so I'm using my pen. Do it for all the dots in the constellation. Ursa Major actually translates to Great Bear. In the constellation, there is the Big Dipper or the Plough, and you want to look out for a saucepan shape to find it in the night sky. Check to make sure all the holes have gone through. When you hold it up to a window, you should be able to see light shining through. Delphinus is the Greek word for dolphin. I also have my own constellations that I draw on a piece of paper. Leo for my star sign and Orion just a really nice constellation to spot in the night sky. Now it might just be me, but I find poking the holes almost as good as popping bubble wrap. Or I'm just easily pleased. Leo is the lion. Now the main story with him is that Hercules was sent to kill the lion in one of his 12 impossible tasks. Orion is an 8-foot tall giant, also known as the Hunter. You can see him holding a bow. I will just say these are not accurate positionings of how they would be in the night sky. You can put on as many constellations as you like, and when you're done with those, it's time for doing lots of little stars. I'm using my sharpened pencil to make smaller holes. Again, you can do as many stars as you want. I do get a bit carried away, it's like stabbing a microwave meal, but make sure you do it gently. Holding it up to the light again to make sure it's how you want it to look. Turn it around, make sure you get rid of any excess tinfoil so it doesn't block the hole. Be gentle as it might rip. If you are happy, it's time to put it in your jar. This is where the bigger opening, the better. I find the easiest way to put it inside is to roll it up and unfold it inside. This will be easier for smaller hands, but please don't get your hand stuck in a jar. I found using a pen and pencil kind of helps to smooth out the edges inside. Get it pushed right into the corners and pressed against the sides. Then get your light source. Place them inside your jar. Careful not to move the tinfoil. Pop the lid on and you're done. The thing is, you can't really see it in the daylight, so if you're impatient like me and can't wait till bedtime, why not build a fort to block out the light? Still not as good as nighttime, but hopefully you'll see your stars shining. So you've probably done a better job than me, but mine will act as a nice nightlight to protect me from the dark.